Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Capnclydes MTG. Today it's Sunday. Sit back, relax. We're gonna try to rest up for the following week. It's coming, along with Gen Con and everything else. So today's gonna be an interesting conversation about is Wizards of the Coast bottlenecking their product on purpose to keep prices high and to funnel your money into something else. So without further ado, don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Helps keep the channel sponsor free. So while we play a little bit of Brawl here, let's talk about Lord of the Rings. So as we all know, Lord of the Rings, big success, tons of money for Wizards, especially in collector boxes with the One Ring and what have you. Um, Interesting enough, the one thing that we haven't seen since the One Ring has been found is what everyone expected to be a massive pullback in price of how much the collector boxes were going to go for. Um, and we haven't seen that. Not in the least bit. And it's kind of weird. Why would we not see a pullback in price if the One Ring's already gone? It also begs the question, can one card really drive up the price of that many boxes? I mean, let's think about it. Yes, that one card was going for millions of dollars, and it was basically a lottery ticket. Um, but when's the last time you guys bought lottery tickets for $500 a pop? You don't, unless there's something tied to it. And this time there was. So it's very interesting to me that prices haven't changed, but, and it's a big but, prices have dipped. Now, if we look at that, there are several reasons for that. One, prices dipped obviously because the ring was found, yada, yada, yada. And the pullback was relatively 10, 20%, whatever. Um, However, what's interesting is hmm, one of the things that actually happened that we were not expecting was prices themselves did not drop like people thought. They were talking $90 collector boxes, yada, yada, yada. Um, but it's just not happening. Here's why. Uh, I really believe that Wizards of the Coast is trying to move money away from Lord of the Rings now into Commander Masters. Now, we all already know there's plenty of people pissed about Commander Masters, how it's going down, and everything else in God's green earth. That's just how it is. There's no getting around that for lots of reasons. Um, so here's what I think we need to know. Um, when you look at it, Lord of the Rings came out. Um, Again, tons of money went into it, um, and all this other jazz. But here's the thing: one of the major problems is on the backs of Lord of the Rings, which was a good product, but also, it was a um, how do you put it? A little too close to the sun because uh, the product was good and all this other hoopla and jazz, but the problem therein lies with this. As good as that product was, the one thing it wasn't was expensive as Commander Masters. So now they're trying to divert attention from Lord of the Rings into Commander Masters. And I think the real reason for doing that in the grand scheme of things, is they're honestly trying to get people to spend their money on Commander Masters so that it is not this giant catastrophe moving forward, along with them at the same time doing what they can to push the envelope on how much a box costs. So let's look at it like this. Lord of the Rings wasn't even a premium product by any stretch of the imagination. It was a Universes Beyond product with boxes from 140 to 170 for set and draft. The collector boxes are still over 400 and doing well. But would those prices fall if Wizards of the Coast had a bunch of those products to release? So hear me out. What I'm talking about is distributors and so forth can't get any more of the product. And what I'm hearing is Wizards of the Coast has the product. They just don't want to release it for several reasons, but the main reason being it is cheaper than Commander Masters. It has cards as good, if not better, than the cards in Commander Masters. So therefore, if you were choiced with buying a Commander draft or set box for $350 to $400, would you do that, or would you buy 2 boxes or a collector box of Lord of the Rings? I think we all know the answer to that. I don't think that anybody's, jerking anybody's chain or anybody would even consider that. And here's why. We all know Commander Masters is already going to be a great product. However, the problem arises when that product, let's say, doesn't pan out to sell because it's not worth the price it's being sold for. We all know about the cards in the set. They're great cards, but as we talk about reprint equity, you can only reprint cards so much before these $50, $100 cards, $20 cards, $30 cards become $5 and $2 cards. And if a card is only $5 or $2, then you should be paying what you pay for a standard box. Are you hearing me? So why would you pay the extra money if the cards you're going to get in that box are only worth as much as a $90, $100 draft set box? Simple. You wouldn't pay $300 or $400 for it. So I think they're holding back Lord of the Rings product to keep the price high. Therefore, people will try to buy Commander Masters. And they're not giving people the option to find more because they want people to buy Commander Masters. Yeah, so that's just my thought process. And from distributors and people I've talked to, they said they can't get any more product, but they're not saying it's out of print. They're just saying they won't be allocated any. They're not saying they don't have it. They're just saying they can't give them any right now. So there is more Lord of the Rings products. So what does that mean for Lord of the Rings products? Well, we'll have to wait and see, but it probably won't be pretty. Also, at the end of the day, is it really worth paying this kind of money for Commander Masters when the card value is probably not there? And we'll get into that video later. But there's more Lord of the Rings out there. I promise you that. Do not buy inflated prices for Lord of the Rings set and draft boxes. Collector boxes are probably worth their price that they're currently at, around $400, because there's just amazing cards in there. I mean, you've seen the box openings. We got like 2 Bowmasters in one box. That's $80. Like, it's insane amount of cards. Like, it's crazy. So they are good. So, but at the end of the day, that's collector. Plus, the box toppers are amazing. In the collector boxes, you can get box toppers of all the regular box toppers and in foil. So there's lots to be said about what's going on with Commander Masters. So just try to keep that in mind moving forward. Oh, that's right. Can't use my artifact. So yeah. Try to keep that in mind. Try not to overpay for Lord of the Rings boxes. And also, if you're going to buy anything for Commander Masters, you should probably buy a collector box. Yeah, it's only 4 packs, but there's I think 30 cards in the pack or 20 cards in a pack. Um, and also, I mean, it's Commander. Do you really need a box to have multiples of every card? No, because you're playing Commander. You just need one card. So I think they haven't really thought out this whole process of how they're selling this, and I think it's going to be a big flop for them. So until next time, be kind. Hope to see you guys later. Stay tuned for tomorrow. We actually talk about Commander value, Commander Masters value, and what it's probably going to do to the market. So until next time, be kind. Hope to see you across from the game table.